Good evening, folks. Shout out to Mark Carroll for finding the object in question for today's video. It's a newly minted coin, just became available 2 days ago. Here it is, front and back. And the items on the front are what we are most interested in tonight, although I do always love seeing the eagle on the Fiat if we're going to be stuck using it. So naturally, the woman is the feature centerpiece on the front, but look at the prominence of the sun as well, and the extent of its rays, far greater than what the sun usually appears as on other Fiat. But that big sun down in the left corner isn't the only sun there on the front. It appears on the right side as well. Let's zoom in. The sun with a broken circle around it. Now, I've heard some people say that's the snake eating itself. Maybe. I've heard other observers suggesting it's the Micronova shell buildup of dusty plasma, and the broken part of the circle where the longest ray can also be found, which is likely not a coincidence, is the ignition of the nova that blasts that shell away. If this was a standalone example, the appropriate response would be, you're really reaching here, but they have been doing this Micronova symbolism in plain sight since the 1940s, on stamps, in logos, on currency, in architecture. I'd love for you to comment below what your favorite example of that is, those who have been watching long enough and know some of the examples, while I offer my favorite right now. It builds off the story of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. It is utterly psychotic how well it matches the physics and chemistry of the solar micronova. And then, of course, the symbolic logo. The beginning goes like this. So, first is the white horse, and the weakening magnetic field of Earth has the sun looking far more white than the yellow many remember as a child. As Earth's magnetic field changes, it changes the light profile coming down into our atmosphere. That was this famous video of ours from a few years ago, and it's so bright white now that it wears a crown of rays at the top of the sky. Remember, the first horse is white, carrying the crown. Then the Micronova preparation process begins to dim the luminosity and allow dust to aggregate, which will turn the sun red. The second horseman is red and steals the civility from the masses. It's exactly what a red sun in the sky would do here to our people on Earth. The third horse is black, carrying the scales of justice. And when the sun turns black, just the outer ring and the toroidal fields on either side will be the only glowing visibility. They will look like the scales from ancient times, tipping and tilting on either side of the black sun. The fourth horse is pale, and I'm pretty sure we all remember that part of the story. When the sun breaks out the Micronova blast, through the dust and plasma, we will once again see that pale hue, but its name it says on him is death, and hell follows with him. Furthermore, folks, why were the Apollo missions named Apollo? Apollo was a sun god, had nothing to do with the moon. And why are there horses on this logo? Only the red one is missing. Unless, of course, you count the sun, and given the chariot mythology associated with the sun, it kind of makes sense. It would be a stand-in for a horse. Besides, it'd be kind of obvious if they put a red horse on there too, wouldn't it be? And the sun looks pretty strange, doesn't it, with all that red, like something is clouding out its view, and its prominence in the logo, a little concerning. It's allegedly a moon mission, remember. I'm sure all those 16 things I just said are coincidence, right? I'll see you in the morning for the Daily Show. And be safe, everyone.